Welcome back to GearWire.com. We are taking a look at the BBE Green Screamer. The Green Screamer has been around for a little bit. They've just updated the graphics on a bunch of these pedals, and I gotta say I kind of dig most of the graphics that are on the new BBE effects pedals. This is basically just a Tube Screamer clone, and it's a pretty decent sounding pedal, and it's a really well built pedal. If the BBE pedals have anything going for them, it's the construction. They feel like they could just take years and years of cruel abuse, purposeful abuse almost. The pots feel great. They feel like they'll never break off. They won't accidentally slip out of place, and yet they feel smooth. It's true bypass. They come with a 9-volt power supply and a 9-volt battery. This is our clean tone here. We're playing through a 59 Bassman Reissue. And the controls on here are basic. They're just your basic, Tube Screamer controls. We've got our level, which is the overall volume. We've got gain, which is obviously our gain, and our tone control. Let's just listen to the gain and the tone differences. We're going to keep our level the same. So this is with the gain almost all the way up. We got a dimed here. So you can hear, the Green Screamer and the Tube Screamer, they're not distortion pedals. They're not heavy metal pedals. They're made to emulate an overdriven tube amp. And they do it pretty well, and this one does it pretty well too. It's a dual op amp design. Let's play with the tone a little bit here. Still on the bridge pickup here. If we bring the tone all the way up, it gets very, very bright. I could see this pedal being used to kind of brighten up a sort of dull sounding amp. If we dial back the gain a little bit here, we get more mild overdriven tones. And the pedal, it responds pretty well to picking dynamics here. So that's basically it. That's the Green Screamer. Why don't we, while we've got it here, plug it into an Ibanez Tube Screamer and just see how they compare? Why not? Okay, so we've got a TS-808 hooked up. It's called the Overdrive Pro. This is Ibanez's sort of recreation of their vintage pedal, once produced by Maxon in Japan. With the square button, so this is their sort of their vintage reissue version of it. Let's pair them up, hear what they sound like. Now I've tried to get the controls basically to sound as similar as possible. I've got the gain dimed on both of these pedals, brought the tone to as close as where I can hear that they sound the same. We'll play with it a little bit, and the level is basically the same. Let's listen to the Green Screamer first. Now let's listen to the Tube Screamer. chords again here. So you can hear, woohoo, well, you can hear a lot of stuff going on here, but anyway. You can hear that the BBE version is maybe a brighter sounding pedal. They're definitely different. The Tube Screamer is maybe a little bit gutsier, a little ballsier sounding. It's got a little bit more of that sort of lower mid-range gut kicking frequency going on. But you know, they're both decent pedals. Definitely different sounding, but perhaps the Ibanez has a little bit more oomph. Anyway, you've been watching GearWire.com. We've been reviewing the BBE Green Screamer. Just before we go, I guess, you know, one sort of nice selling point about the Green Screamer as opposed to the Tube Screamer is that the Green Screamer has a very standard center negative 9-volt input here, whereas the Tube Screamer has one of those old school, you know, jack style. But anyway, both of these guys are running on battery power, just as a sort of fair example, fair shootout here, both on fresh 9-volt batteries. Anyway, you've been watching GearWire.com. I'm Owen. See you later.